go here from the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Devin Novak, Pete Furcano along with you, and we're underway for hockey night in the Gulf Coast. Conway will flip it in the direction of Nerlin. Nerlin with a burst of speed on the near side, tried to center one. Conway scores! Declan Conway has been that guy this season. A pure goal scorer, and Aldi Nerlin in his Breakers debut picks up an assist. His first professional point here in the States, and Conway bangs it home. We're up 1-0 Breakers. Leorakos drop pass on over, quick shot comes in, the rebound, and they score. Monroe, public enemy number one, Yanni Leorakos, who had a hat trick in this building a couple weeks ago, comes down before the Breakers could even finish celebrating and cashes in to even the odds. We're going to have a double dose here in the under 5.
Yeah, I think they're taking
as there's a shot from the point, they score. A bullet from just inside the blue line for Corson Green. His first of the season, just his third point, but through all the traffic, Borodkin couldn't locate it, and it finds the twine to make it 2-1 Moccasins. It done in time for the game. I picked it up. It was supposed to be, as there's another quick goal, a bullet. Breakers went shorthanded. It was Grant Bondi who went for delay of game, and on the ensuing faceoff, a power play goal is scored. It's back the other way. A quick opportunity in front. In the blink of an eye, you might have missed it. What a beautiful goal. Tic-tac-toe right in front. As here we go.
And the referee just slammed the puck down. And here's our match that we were looking for. Caleb Melanson, and you guys like to do this at center ice, I guess, and Schlepp.
AJ Schlepp and Caleb Melanson. Couple heavyweights coming in. Melanson just signed after being with the Sentinels. AJ Schlepp climbs in to face him. Melanson initiates the contact, trying to get free with the left. Schlepp fires a right. Now Melanson over the top, and then gets pulled down, and that will do it.
Well, that was definitely an interesting way to start it back off. The referees, I guess, heard those two chirping back and forth, and they just slammed the puck down, and everybody got away from the face-off circle, and there they went.
It has been all Mocs. Centering pass in front, another quick tally for Monroe. On the doorstep, the Breakers with a breakdown. Borodkin a little bit out of position, looked like might have been a collision with the back checker in Hansen, and leads to the 5th Monroe goal of the evening. They score in bunches, Pete, and it's 5-1.
Yeah.
And knocked away, now trying to find a new gear. Here's Yevdokimov, a 2-on-1 with Caden Henry, closing in, over to Henry, he scores! The exception line, looking to claw the Breakers back into it. They've got the second goal of the evening. Lucas Vikarchek leading the line. As we're going to get another round of Melanson and Schlepp.
Oh, well, let's see how this one goes.
They'll clear out the gloves, and we'll get ready to go. Melanson comes in hot again. Schlepp has him tied up. Schlepp with a couple rights, and then just throws him down to the ice. Melanson definitely needs to work on his balance, so it appears, because he has gone down pretty quickly in both affairs. Schlepp maybe got one punch off there, as Melanson trying to fire up his group as he heads back to the bench. Off the mark. Ooh, there's a big hit over on the far side. Yevdokimov is going to get a piece of Corson Green. Here we go. Yevdokimov gets jumped by Corson Green, and we got a line brawl over on the far side. Yeah, there was everybody getting involved. It was a thundering hit to tip over a Moxon, and then if you touch the Breakers captain without his consent, you're going to get a fair response from everybody else.
Yeah, so we went after Kyler Matthews, but and then he got a little stick action in there. You might have got a spearing. I don't know. We're going to see what the referees are going to say. Yevdokimov had some stick action there. It looked like a swashbuckler. And then all Hades broke loose there. Everybody had a dance partner in the offensive zone of the Breakers. And now Kyler Matthews looks like he might want to go with Josh Rosenzweig.
Rosenzweig says, "Let's go." He dropped the stick.
And that's never a smart thing. There's never a smart thing. And he's putting his helmet on. This is not a smart move for a goaltender. You know,
one-on-one with the goaltender.
Yeah, I think he thought about it too. There's a high hit after the whistle, and I think
Trey Fisher in the midst of it. And now here we go.
Oh, he throws it off.
Trey Fisher is going to go with Yanni Liarakos at center ice. His first fight of the season. Liarakos not typically a fighter. Bit of a size mismatch. Liarakos the edge there. Fisher got him up high, and now here we go. Still trying to get acquainted with each other, and Liarakos with one punch takes Fisher down. He tries to get back up, but
man, Yanni with a hard right, one shot to the jaw.
Liarakos has 7 inches on Fisher, along with 40 pounds. Conway instead of Cole Crowder. So he's really starting to pick up the production. He's had a goal the other night. There's one! Aldiar Nerlin, welcome to the FPHL. Potts one to beat Kuhn on the glove side, and just like that, it's 5-3 in Biloxi. Pass is broken up down low. In front, they scored. It's a turnover for Curtis Hansen. And looks like some barking over at Rosenzweig, getting under the skin. Is it Jared Christie again? Yeah. That one goes by. 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it. The Moccasins take matchup 4 out of 12 with the Biloxi Breakers, as they have the previous 3.
Let's hear it for your Breakers.
What a game it was, Pete. 6-3 the final. Check test, 1, 2, checking, 1, 2. The opening face-off is Caden Henry. Opposite of him, Ryan Galvin. And it's time for some hockey as we're underway here from the Columbus Civic Center. Let's go Dragons, an early chant booming in through the PA speakers. Lucchese's pass intercepted again, intended for Yevdokimov. Storjahan into the middle, Blacksmith, toe drag to his backhand, he scores! Joanne Blacksmith with a highlight reel goal, pulling it back around himself and tucking it Bobby Orr style to beat Rosenzweig, and the River Dragons strike first. It's Blacksmith's first of the season. Henry on over to Nerlin. Nerlin running out of speed, gets it back for Henry, who scores! Caden Henry checks back in on the score sheet off the slick feed from Nerlin. And the Breakers on the road quiet the Columbus crowd at 1-1. Nerlin wheeling around through his own end. Quick head fake and now trying to split the D. Short-handed, back come the River Dragons. Pezzamenti scores. Aldi Nerlin turned it over in the neutral zone, forcing an odd man rush the other way. Crowder couldn't knock it away. And Benjamin Pezzamenti picks up his second goal of the season, extends his point streak to a pair of games, and Columbus regains the lead. That is the Continental Division most, fourth shorthanded goal against Biloxi. Atop each of the entrances to the stadium outside the concourse. It's Nerlin. In front, Henry scores on the doorstep. Biloxi wastes no time. Nerlin and Henry developing the chemistry on that top line. They have been credited with both goals tonight. Henry picks up his second, the pest of the game himself, as coined by Columbus, and it's 2-2. And now here come the Breakers, led by Crowder. Quick snap pass over to Henry on hat-trick watch. Setting one in the middle, Yevdokimov scores! Yaro Yevdokimov, the captain, checks in off a feed from Henry, and the Breakers on the power play leap in front. It's 3-2. Blacksmith back up to Barrow. Barrow, Blacksmith shoots, scores. Joanne Blacksmith enters tonight with no goals. He's got 2 against his former head coach. Conway, touch pass for Pikarczyk, protecting it. Spinning one into the middle. Conway on goal, stars! Declan Conway. Quick cat-like reflexes, finds the puck in the slot. And before Roy could even direct his attention to Conway, beats him on the stick side to make it 4-3. Conway with goals in back-to-back nights. That's his 7th of the season. And it's 4-3 Biloxi. Rosenzweig's been sharp when he needed to be here tonight. He gets hit hard behind the goal, and now here's Hansen coming to help out his goaltender, jumping on someone. Rosenzweig wants a piece of him too. Pandemonium in Devin Dobek here inside the Columbus Civic Center, the site of the second of 9 matchups between the River Dragons and the Breakers. The first one came last weekend on Columbus's home opening weekend on Saturday night, a 7-6 overtime victory for the River Dragons. Ben Pezzamenti with 2 shorthanded goals. That brings the total against the Breakers up to 5. That's a Continental Division worst and a point of emphasis if they want to be successful here tonight. Keys to the game for the Breakers: they need to be better in the defensive zone. They've given up 6 goals in each of their 6 losses, so need to find a way to iron out those kinks and take out the traffic in front of Josh Rosenzweig. They also need to play a full 60-minute game. You can't have these spurts of 5 to 10 minutes when you're giving up 2, 3, even 4 goals, because that's been a kryptonite as well for the Breakers this season. And lastly, be physical. Columbus is a team that's not going to get pushed around in their home barn, so Biloxi, with a lot of smaller, more skilled players, is going to have to turn to some guys to step up and use their body to keep the momentum in Biloxi's favor. Our starting goaltender matchup, the same one as last Saturday night, Josh Rosenzweig versus Tyler Roy. Similar numbers for these two goaltenders. Josh Rosenzweig, a record of 3-2-0-1. He's got just over 4 goals allowed per game and a save percentage around .880. Now Tyler Roy on the other side, a record of 5-2. As I mentioned, similar numbers. He's made about 88% of the saves on shots that have come at him and a GAA of 3.79. So a good matchup there. Players to watch for the Breakers, it's obvious. The league leader, Caden Henry, playing on that top line, leads the league in points with 25, goals with 10, assists with 15, and points per game at 2.8. He's been exceptional. 2 hat tricks coming into tonight. He's going to be a huge piece for the Breakers going up against the Dragons. And then for the River Dragons, Ryan Hunter, their elite goal scorer, number 88, leads the team in goals with 9 and points per game with 1.8. He scored the overtime winner last Saturday, and he's also scored 4 of the 6 game-winning goals for Columbus early on in the season. So keep an eye out for all those guys and more. We're going to have all the coverage for you coming up very shortly right here on Breakers TV on YouTube, Sportfeed 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, and hello to our friends at Walk-Ons in D'Iberville.
Also on the bench from Middleton, Colorado, number 11, co-captain, our captain, Kurt Underwood. And forward from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Kakalaki, number 15, Kyle Moore. Also at forward from Val d'Or, Quebec, number 87, Colin. And at forward from the TO, Toronto, Ontario, number 88, Ryan Hunter. Between the pipes tonight for your Dragons from Brighton, Michigan, number 35, Tyler Roy. The assistant coach for your Dragons is Austin Doe, and as always, your head coach, Jerome Boom Boom Ishtar. And now fans of Dragons WYPU 16 Christian Broadcasting has taken a moment of silence tonight. Remember those who are in harm's way, those who defend our country and our livelihood every day, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. River Dragons, thank you. Now remain standing with hands over hearts for the presentation of our national anthem, performed tonight by the chorus of Matthews Elementary School.
It's Hockey Night Live from Columbus, Georgia. I'm your man, Devin Novak, along with you for the second meeting between the Breakers and the River Dragons. Breakers come in 3-5-1, the River Dragons 6-4-0. Breakers have lost their last two. The Dragons have won their last two. Pretty similar scoring, 4.6 goals for per game for the Breakers, 4.5 for the Dragons. Goal differential -8 for the Breakers, a +4 for the Dragons. On the power play, the Breakers are a league best, 26.8%. That's something they prided themselves on despite giving up those 5 shorthanded goals, which leads the Continental Division. On the other side, 18.9% power play for the River Dragons. They're also 75.9% on the kill, so not their best mark there. The Breakers just a hair over 80%. In the division, the number 3 team in the Continental versus the number 5 team in the Continental, with Columbus taking the opening meeting last Saturday, 7-6 in overtime. What a thriller that one was. Let's take a look at our Matt Bauer's starting lineups. For the Breakers, Aldin Erland, coming off 6 points in his first 2 games, is on that top line with Henry and Yevdokimov. The new addition, Colton Wyzak, paired with Grant Bondi and Josh Rosenzweig in between the pipes for the Breakers. Caden Henry has just been an absolute tear this season. I mean, seemingly can do it all. Let's take a look at where he's fared early on in the year. Leads the league in points per game at 2.8, 2 hat tricks this season, tied for the league lead in goals and assists, and the outright leader in points with 25.
Let's
Caden
make some
Henry
noise in
has
here,
been
you
exceptional this everyone to see what he does on the road. The first 3-game road trip for the Breakers this season. It starts with the River Dragons. And we are about set to get underway here in our Republic Finance first period. Hello to everyone tuning in. My name's Devin Novak, along with you here on Breakers TV. Columbus wearing their home red uniforms featuring the C logo with the claw going through it, the dragon hand. On the black numbers and black shoulders, all trimmed in a teal with black pants and black buckets. The Breakers white uniforms with the Breaker crest featured in the middle, black shoulder pads and blue pants as well with blue buckets. Quickly into the zone, here comes Colin Ratt leading the charge. Down below the end line, Henry cuts him off. Ratt back up into the middle for Kyle Moore, who took a swipe at that one, and it goes wide. Caden Henry had a hat trick last week and looked like he got pulled off the puck that time, as Rosenzweig makes a nice little kick save early on. That one goes off the side of the post on the follow-up. And now here come the Breakers back the other way. Grant Bondi in the direction of Nerland. And puck is dumped in where Colton Wyzak will receive. Wyzak recently acquired after being released by the Indiana Sentinels earlier this week. 6'2", 215-pound defender from St. Thomas, Ontario. Had 10 games played for the Indiana Sentinels before signing here with Biloxi, and hopefully can be the boost that they need on defense, as that one is flipped up and out of play off a deflection. And so we'll get a face-off here at the 18:53 mark in our Republic Finance first period. Declan Conway out there to take the ensuing faceoff. Conway, what a campaign he's had. 7 goals and 7 assists now through 9 games played this season with the Breakers. Loses that one at the hands of Tyler Barrow, another marquee piece for these River Dragons. Barrow with 5 goals and 13 assists, the team leader with 18 points in all 8 games he's played. Conway tried to move it to the backhand. It's picked off. And in a fishbowl, Brody Thornton flips it into the middle where Barrow collects. Throws it off the wall for Blacksmith, the first star of Saturday's game with 2 goals and an assist against his former head coach, Charlie Penn.
If your sides are on, check out Sherry and the gang over at Old.
And we get another whistle that will break the draw outside the blue line with the clock sitting at 18:29. 3-game road trip, though, for the Breakers. This has been the first 6:35 start they've played this season. Of course, 7:35 local time. Tomorrow night it'll be 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and then on Sunday, 3 o'clock Central time against the Monroe Moccasins. So some valuable points on the table, 9 of them to be exact here in a divisional battle, as that one's knocked out of the zone. Darius Davidson will give chase, and that one will go for an icing. Trey Fisher paired with Cole Crowder on the defensive side of things. Talk about 5'7", playing with 6'5". An interesting height matchup as Dylan Infantino goes off the ice into the corner. He blocked a shot last Friday night and led to a finger injury, and that could be nagging him in his first action since returning. As he goes to the locker room for some repairs, hopefully he will return. Over on the far side, Matt Stoya, the former Mississippi Seawolf, sends in a bouncer through traffic that goes wide. Kevin Sabat swings it up to the point for Brody Thornton. Thornton makes a quick shimmy shake to maneuver around Thornton. Thornton wearing number 67 tonight. As here comes Bondi across the blue line, or Davidson rather. Quick shot is held onto by Roy. A little bit of pushing and shoving after that one, but the teams will be separated. There was not a fight between these two squads on Saturday, let alone a whole lot of action physically, if you will. It was just a high-scoring affair. Back and forth the two teams went, and it ultimately ended up being a 7-6 overtime victory for the Dragons. But it felt like the Breakers were the better team throughout the course of the hockey game. Columbus just got hot at the right time, and two shorthanded goals led to their effort to complete the home opening weekend sweep. First the Ice Cats and then the Breakers. Off the faceoff win, Delaney sends in a soft shot through traffic that caroms to the corner. Nerland gets sandwiched on the wall by a couple Dragons as they tilt the ice from north to south. Moore, a centering pass for Hunter. Moore gets it back. Delaney picked his pocket, turns it right back to Rat, and now we're going to get a whistle. And at 17-16, Tim Delaney is going to go for a stick infraction. Yaroslav Dakimov gets a brief explanation as Delaney will head off. And we head to our first Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Breakers killed just over 80% early on this season. Towards the bottom of the league ranks, but an area that they're looking to improve upon. The Columbus power play 5th in the Continental Division at 18.9% as we get an immediate save from Rosenzweig. It's just a couple seconds lead off the clock there.
That's Delaney's miss for hooking in 244. Make some noise, Columbus Dragons are on the public!
PA announcer here does a great job, but he's louder than most throughout the FBHL. Sometimes even louder than me, and I've got the mic a couple inches away from where I'm speaking, but he does a good job, brings the energy. It's just tough to compete with him sometimes when he's booming on in. Trey Fisher is swapped out for Colton Wyzak. Columbus didn't seem to like the late change. You see Kyle Moore pleading his case with the referee in the orange sleeves. We'll get to the referees' names momentarily here.
Another penalty on number 19, Cole Crowder took his interference at 2:46 of the first period. As Crowder's been his interference at 2:46.
Playing
Making
perimeter.
noise, Columbus Dragons
Are the
are
Dragons. There they go, they score. It's Kyle Moore picking up the puck off a deflection and rifling it past Rosenzweig. Looked like it surprised him off the barrel. And Columbus strikes first, making it 1-0. So the Tim Delaney penalty ends up hurting the Breakers as Columbus capitalizes and jumps out to the early lead. Special teams hockey, that's going to be the difference for the Breakers here tonight. Already mentioned the shorthanded goals from last weekend. They give up an early power play goal here tonight. Got to be disciplined and take advantage when the other team's not. Fisher rips a quick pass over to the far side for Bondi, inadvertently gets it back over in the direction of Fisher, who fights it up the wall for Conway. Officials tonight, the referees Jesse Burns and Ken Reynolds. Michael Batchelor.
the River Dragons power play goal scored by number 15, Kyle assisted by number 8, Barrow. And the 6 in the first period. Against 4, assisted by Barrow.
Another quick pass across.
Power play goal.
The stick of Barrow. And the Breakers are able to clear, but So Delaney, you still got Crowder in the box as well. So it was a 5-on-3. It actually still is a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. But the Breakers are back to 5-on-4. So here come the Dragons looking to add to their lead. Still here on the Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Comes all the way around. Inside 27 seconds to go on the Crowder minor.
Let's go Dragons!
Let's go Dragons chant emerging as Kevin Sabad carries the puck into the offensive zone. Colin Ratt slows it down, spins it in the direction of Cody Wickline. Wickline on over to Blacksmith. Now back across to the backdoor area for Ratt. Ratt to the far circle. Back near side Blacksmith. One-timer Stoyan. It goes over everything off the back windshield. Biloxi back to full strength. This Crowder's released from his time in containment. Wickline on over to Blacksmith. And puck will be cleared by Biloxi. Xavier Charbonneau wearing number 55 tonight. As we head into our first media timeout, we'll take a break and be back right here on Breakers TV.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Gold on the ceiling, bringing us into our ensuing face-off here, as it will be tied up and eventually sent over to the near wall, where Galvin has his pocket picked by a breaker for a moment. Underwood swings it back down low. Sabad guided it out towards the middle, but it goes awry. Another quick shot coming in from the point is blocked by Xavier Charbonneau. Charbonneau was hurt in the home game against Monroe a couple weeks ago after his fight with the heavyweight Rex Mo. Talk about a tough customer for your first pro fight, but he put Mo out on the IR as well, and Mo currently not listed on the Moccasins roster. Obviously hope he's okay, but both guys seem to have gotten their shots in on each other. Charbonneau finally returns, and a big physical and energy piece for Charlie Penn's group. We'll see what Xavier can bring in his return, sporting number 55 tonight. Declan Flanagan's timeline also seems to be nearing. In the next couple weeks, the Breakers will have another one of their top defensemen back, and the back end is starting to shape up. We'll see how Wyzak fares here tonight in his first game as a Breaker. Grant Bondi coiling around Rosenzweig, took the puck in deep, very risky stick handling with it, somehow nonchalantly escorts himself out of it and gives over to Nerland. Back across to Yevdokimov. Yevdokimov, a goal and 4 assists last Saturday against Columbus. Nerland passed through the middle, didn't get all of that he wanted. Wyzak chips it in deep. Nerland looking in front for Yevdokimov, and it's picked off. Back the other way, Barrow stretches it out to the far side for Storjahan. Blacksmith into the middle, settled by Colton, tried to spin one on goal. It was blocked by Crowder. Crowder nudges it up the wall to Lucas Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk over to Yevdokimov, stays on sides, back to Pikarczyk. Slowing down, loses an edge in the process, and it's going to come all the way back towards Josh Rosenzweig, who will settle it for Timmy Delaney. Just under 13 minutes to go here, period one. Devin Dobek along with you on Breakers TV, YouTube, Sportfee 106.3, CPR, Super Talk Mississippi, and at Walk-Ons in D'Aberville. As there's a blatant trip by Declan Conway. No way around that one if he tries to appeal, and it's a delayed call coming against the Breakers. Into the zone, here's Rat. Dropping it down low to Hunter. Hunter has it taken back by Declan Conway, and we'll get another whistle leading to our second Raven and Rhodes tattoo penalty kill. Conway, a guy not in the box very often, but he will be booked this time. At the 12:27 mark. And another quick goal. Right off the face-off, a bullet from Ryan Hunter. And just like that, the River Dragons lead is doubled. Before we can even get our penalty clock ticking, they cash in. Special teams hockey is the difference here tonight. Breakers have taken 3 minor penalties, given up 2 power play goals. Got to play a disciplined game. Someone's got to shift the momentum too. AJ Schlepp is available out on the bench. Will Charlie Pence call for him for a momentum lift? So just 6 seconds into the man advantage. Another Columbus goal.
That Biloxi penalty was number 44, Declan Conway's minutes for tripping at 7:33 of the first period. That was Conway for tripping at 7:33.
Another chance down in tight. Crowder.
Later, he shoots! River Dragons power play goal scored by number 88, Ryan Hunter. Assisted by number 5, Josh Colton, and number 4, Alex Dorjahan at 7:39 of the first period. Again, that's Hunter, assisted by Colton and Dorjahan. River Dragons goal at 7:39.
Now in the back of the goal behind Rosenzweig. Fisher out in the corner, thought about ducking Wick line. Puck comes up where it's played by a high sticker. You have Dokimov. He has to wait before he can touch it again for help. And Columbus right back into the zone. Fisher comes in on the far side, and saves made by Rosenzweig to take one away from Ryan Hunter at the 11:24 mark. So a slow, methodical start for the Breakers on their 3-game road trip. Shots are 3-1 in favor of the Dragons, but those shots have been quality. Cashing in when they need to. Curtis Hanson will take the ensuing draw for the Breakers. It's tied up and won by Colin Ratt. Now out towards the point. Moore sends one in tight. Rebound's given out to Ratt. Right in front of Colton Wyzak, and Rosenzweig has to make another big-time save. Good crowd in Columbus tonight. They've been loud, had a lot to cheer for early on. Definitely filled down in the lower bowl, just about, especially on my side, the near side. As they win the next face-off, Hunter's shot deflects up and into the netting. We've had a lot of whistles here early on in the frame. 2-0 River Dragons lead it. Devin Dobeck along with you wherever you're tuning in to Breakers Hockey. We're happy to have you. Thanks for joining us. Crunched into the wall is Wyzak this time. He has his stick tied up by a River Dragon. Needs some help from his D partner, or rather Curtis Hanson, who comes in. Hunter's shot deflected, goes wide. And Hanson's stapled into the wall by Hunter. Excuse me, that's Bondi. On over to the near side. Thornton chips it into the offensive zone. Davidson lets it go around the wall. Now into the middle, Thornton almost forced a turnover there on the backside. Into the zone, Colin Ratt floats a butterfly in on Rosenzweig. He fly swats that one out of midair. On over to Davidson, who chips it to the middle for Thornton. Thornton goes 2-on-2 with Davidson into the offensive zone, moving to his backhand. Thornton gets slapped on the hand, draws a call from the official. As they score, it's Crowder! The puck kicks out in front. Cole Crowder wastes no time with a quick catch and release. Buries it in the back of the twine. Dragons 2, Breakers 1 on the delayed call. And Cole Crowder's got his 7th. That one on a delayed penalty, but Crowder second in the FPHL in power play goals with 4. So just about was with the 6-on-5. Another one for him. It won't go down that way, but Cole Crowder, something about when his team has a leg up, makes it count. And he's got goal number 7. 2-1 score now with 10:10 to play. Carter Thornton, what a great shift for him as well. Forcing some turnovers, being a pass, forcing the defenders to take a penalty. And it led to the breakdown. It looked like everybody sort of stopped for a moment. And then Crowder just kept playing. Came and batted one home, and here we are at 2-1. So Breakers building from behind. Even strength hockey. Cade Henry flying into the zone. Our player to watch coming into tonight. Henry shoved into the corner wall. You have Dokimov. Almost got a stick in to lift on the back check. Blacksmith sends one to the back door for Tyler Barrow. That could have been trouble. Darius Davidson credited with the assist. His second point as a Breaker. And his first assist wearing the blue bucket. You have Dokimov down low over to Henry. Henry near side spins one in the direction of Roy. He didn't know where it was. Closing in on the 9-minute mark here. 2-1 Columbus in front. Fisher goes hard up the near wall. Off the stick of Henry. He touches it in and goes out for a change. Blake Keller has his hit reversed by Kevin Savad. Right back up to his feet. No harm done as Wyzak flips it over in the neutral zone. Pesamenti back across to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk into the middle with a burst of speed. Conway couldn't split the defenders. Pikarczyk had his weapon flipped out of his hands. As now finally a whistle and it's for offside. That will lead to our second media timeout. Breakers get one back, courtesy of Cole Crowder. They trail 2-1 back in its blast. Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport. And we welcome you back. Devin Dobeck along with you here. 2-1, the Dragons lead the Breakers right out of our media timeout. Another collision involving Blake Keller down in the end wall. As the breakout attempt doesn't work for Columbus. Biloxi a strong forecheck. Blake Keller walking in through the offensive zone gets a shot on goal. And it's turned aside by Roy. Keller forces another turnover. Good shift for him. Very aggressive down below that end line. Shot from the point by Crowder's turned aside. 8 minutes to play here in period one. Columbus leads it 2-1. Fisher going into the corner. Flips it back in the direction of Crowder. Crowder, saucer pass in the glove of Blake Keller. He throws it down to himself and throws it off the skate of Pikarczyk. Up and into the bench area by Charlie Pence Jr. And another whistle and a face-off set to come. Fun night of hockey thus far. These two teams seem to play the over, if you will. Typical hockey over 5.5 or 6.5 goals. So far we've seen 13, and now through 12 minutes of play here in game 2, we've seen 3. There has not been a goaltending duel too often early on in the season for the Breakers. Seems like there's always 6 goals one way or the other, if not both ways. Nerland carrying it back to the near side, flips in the direction of Bondi. Toe drags to his forehand. Get a shot away, but it didn't get all the way through onto Roy. 2-on-1 for the Dragons, back the other way. Fisher, the lone defender, closing in. A pass back door, and a little too indecisive that time were the Dragons. As another butterfly comes in the direction of Rosenzweig. Fisher there to sweep it off the end wall, gets it back to Yevdokimov. Nerland has his pocket picked by Storjahan. Barrow gives away to Fisher. Fisher back over to Cade Henry, jumped over his stick. Henry tried to pull it through the defender's legs, broken up by Mike Wynn. FPHL veteran Mike Wynn. Just 1 point this season, but his 5th straight FPHL season. First in Columbus, started in Port Huron, then a few seasons in Motor City, and now has winded up here. Wyzak swats the puck out of harm's way. Ends up back in the neutral zone as the Breakers will change out. Inside 6.5 minutes to go. Shot deflects once again off the glass in the end wall. Wyzak tying up a Dragon down in the end wall. It's Brody Thornton wearing the fishbowl. Another shot block this time by Delaney. Matt Stoya snaps a pass far side. Rosenzweig, another tough save. Had to be a good one, and it was. Stretch pass for Thornton. He tries to find a new gear. Hits the brakes, allows Stoya to play the puck. Sabat trailing in back to help out his defenses. Thornton gets interfered with over on the wall, and Carter Thornton plays that pesky style and draws another penalty. Curtis Hansen and Darius Davidson go to their teammates' rescue, but Thornton says, I can handle it, I'm a big boy. We'll take our power play to go, please and thanks. 5:55 to go, and the Breakers with a chance to tie it, headed to a 2-minute man advantage. Matt Stoya pleading his case with the official, but a guy who has 270 career penalty minutes in the FPHL typically does not win too many appeals. So he'll go take a seat for a minute. But that physical style play that Stoya has is something that made him so beloved in Mississippi. Back underway. It's going to be our first walk-on power play. It's a 2-minute boarding call assessed for him for his actions against Thornton. Breakers need to find a way to cash in here. They have not had a power play opportunity just yet, but they scored on the delayed penalty. Carter Thornton has been giving his team chances to hop into the hockey game early on here. Underwood goes down on the near side wall. Couple fans raise their gloves or hands, depending how much they dress to impress tonight. Up in the air looking for a call. They won't get one. Now Nerland gets maneuvered around by Colin Ratt. He's skating so effortlessly into the neutral zone. Weaves through Bondi, and then his shot gets blocked. Back it comes to Yevdokimov. On over to Crowder. Crowder shielding the puck on his forehand. Hits the brakes, looking for help off a fresh change from the Breakers. And then Crowder has it bumped just over the blue margin. And the Breakers will change again and go back to work. Davidson, Cowboys over the wall. Pikarchak gets a quick shot away. Roy, a little trouble handling it. And finally throws the trapper on it for our third media timeout of the first period. We'll take it. A good one here in Columbus. 2-1. The Breakers trying to get back and even it on the power play.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport. Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
.438 to go, period one. Devin Dobek along with you. The Breakers trail the River Dragons 2-1 here on Friday Night Hockey in the FPHL. Coming up in our intermission, we're going to hear from Carter Thornton, who joined the panel on Breaker Banter this week. I also have a nice little treat for the fans that I'm looking forward to debuting in the intermission, so stay tuned for that. But just something that's a little more informative, allows you to stay on our stream and still get the information you're looking for when you're heading to others. So stay tuned for that and more on the Breakers' first intermission report. Pikarczyk swivels away from the Columbus defense. Davidson has his pass go over to Barrow. And now Storjahan back in the direction of Barrow. Shots are 7-6 in favor of the Dragons, although it's felt that they've controlled the zone for the majority of the frame. 5 seconds to go until Matt Stoya is released. And the walk-on's power play comes to an end. 0 for 1 for the Breakers on the night. You have Dakimov. Touches one that goes wide of Roy. No icing from the officials this time. Mike Wynn. Breakout pass on over to Sabat. Taken away by Bondi. Wickline. Tenacious effort, but loses it back over to Henry. Nerland, 1-on-3. Searching for options. Peels back into the neutral zone. Drops it for Wyzak. Strong pass to Bondi. Now flipped off the wall by Henry. On over to Nerland, whose shot is gobbled up by Tyler Roy. Another whistle and a face-off coming. 3:16 to go in our Republic Finance first period. As you have Dakimov and Stoya having a conversation. I'm not sure what that could be about, but Stoya has called out the Breakers captain. See if AJ Schlepp starts to warm up on the bag down on the bench. That's the thing that has definitely taken a new form for the Breakers, as when they have Schlepp on the bench, they definitely become a more intimidating team. They're not a team with a ton of physical depth, but when you've got a guy who's 6'8" and who has fought for fun in bare knuckle ice wars, then he definitely is willing to dance whenever he can. You have Dakimov's one-timer turned aside by Tyler Roy. But Schlepp with a fighting major in all but one game this season that he's dressed for. And he had no ice time in that game where he did not record a foot. A good shot block by Cade Henry this time. And now you have Dakimov, couldn't find a new gear. Thornton, Brody Thornton that is, chips it up the wall to Stoya. That could have been a 2-on-1 break for the Breakers' top line. A lot of minutes for them early on here. Fisher, out of his own end, stretches it out to Nerland. Nerland settles it after a hit him in the skate. Comes down low for Underwood. Blacksmith back over to the near side. Hunter ices one, and the draw will return to the Columbus end. 2:18 to go. Devin Dobek with you on Breakers TV, YouTube, SportV 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, and at Walk-Ons in D'Iberville. Hello to everybody tuning in for some Friday night FPHL action. Fun one between the Breakers and the Dragons. These divisional foes going at it for 3 of the next 4 games, including tonight. As taken down that time, Lucas Texmo. Busted out of the zone by Hunter, on over to Blacksmith. He coils his way across the blue line. Pass back over to the far side. Slowed down by Storjahan. Now Barrow looking back in the direction of Underwood. The captain flips it to the far side for Texmo. Puck deflects free, on over to Barrow. He'll cycle in between to the high slot. And flip it over Grant Bundy. Rubbed off into the wall by Storjahan. Curtis Hansen fishes it out of trouble. Dangerous pass on over to Carter Thornton through the middle. And Thornton will start his pursuit. Thornton Sends it to the defender, a little hard off the tape that time, and Davidson almost had a look at it. Instead, it's sent back on in. Offside as Galvin got caught there at the 1:23 mark. Couple fans voiced their displeasure with the call. So frustrating when you think you're going to have a chance to walk in and get a clear shot away. Shots are 8-7 in favor of Biloxi. Face off one back to Crowder. Wyzak hit into the wall hard by Wickline. Crowder, strong bank pass off the wall. Pikarczyk sends in. Yevdokimov will go chase as well. He sends to the middle. Quick shot by Henry. Save made by Roy. And taken back out of the play. Wickline leading a 2-on-2 charge the other way. Gives away to Pikarczyk. Back over to Henry. Trying to find a new gear. His shot from range goes wide on the glove side. Yevdokimov on over to Henry. Pikarczyk out there with Henry and Yevdokimov, so the exception line getting another couple cracks together as Henry kicked it to his forehand, avoids the check of Pizzamenti. Puck comes around the wall. Pikarczyk steps up to play it and then sails one from way outside range. That goes up and out of play. 23 seconds to go. Breakers 3-5-1 coming into tonight. They've lost their last two, one of them albeit in overtime. But a team really who has shown they can compete with everybody. Although Monroe has had their number, they'll see them again on Sunday. 0-4 against the Mocs this season. Looks like Dylan Infantino has returned to action for those that were wondering. The first shift we've seen since he departed early on in the first period. Charbonneau darting towards the front, almost got a stick on it. Inside that bumper position. Fisher with 5 seconds to go will take his time, chip it up to Conway, taken by Stoya, and Hunter will let the puck skitter over to the far side, and that will do it for our first period of action. Breakers go down 2-0 early on a pair of power play goals by the River Dragons, but come back and make it 2-1 as we head into our first intermission report. As mentioned, I do have a little surprise. I'm going to need about 2 minutes to get it up and running for you, but enjoy Carter Thornton's interview, and before you know it, you're going to have some cool information. So stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. We'll have Carter, then our ads, and then our intermission report right before we come back for period 2. 2-1 Dragons back in a splash. All right, we welcome Carter Thornton, Breakers forward, to the show. Carter, thanks so much for joining me.
Yes, sir. How's it going, guys?
Happy to have you on, Carter. As I like to do with every guy, we like to start from the beginning. What brought you from the beginning to where you are here today? So take us through your early hockey journey growing up in Oshawa, Ontario.
I grew up on the ice pretty much. I was skating before I could even walk. Started playing AAA when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and then played until I was like 15. Then went down to AA for 2 years, and then over to Ajax AAA my major midget year.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about, especially your time with the Jacks, but going back even a little bit earlier, who taught you the game? Was it something that run in your family? We know you have a few relatives who are in the game, but who taught you the game?
Pretty much myself, and then my dad's friend, and then my uncle. There's just 3 of us, me and my little cousin, and then my older uncle on my mom's side are the only hockey players. So it was my dad's friend that taught me how to skate and play hockey pretty much.
Did you have a favorite NHL team growing up to get into it, or a favorite NHL player?
Yeah, I was watching Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin, of course, Semin, a couple guys, Backstrom.
You mentioned your cousin, of course, Anson Thornton. You have a very close relationship with him. How do you help each other and stay connected on your respective hockey journeys? He's currently in the AHL of the Utah Mammoth, but pretty cool. You have a great relationship to stay in touch with him.
So Anson, he actually got me back into hockey after COVID. COVID was in Ontario for about 3 years, so I was going to stop playing. I'm about 3 years older than him, so I got a few years on him. So just seeing him sign at such a young age to the OHL and then to the NHL without even playing a junior game is pretty eye-opening. So I just thought I could jump back into it, and just with his help getting back into the gym, and he's helped me a lot in this journey for sure.
And I understand you talk to him on the phone a decent amount. What are those conversations like? Is that just touching base with each of your journeys or bouncing ideas off of each other? How does that go?
It's pretty much everything, just catching up about how he's doing, if he's up in Utah or back down in Tucson, or just how I'm doing over here, especially about me getting traded over here into the Breakers. But we just been staying in contact every day pretty much, just about the little things.
So going back once again to your time in Port Perry with the Mojacks and the PJCHL, you have 48 goals, 50 assists, and 167 penalty minutes across your 79 games and 2 seasons there. Was that 2-year span where you felt your hockey journey could really take you somewhere?
Yeah, for sure. Those 2 years, my buddy actually brought me back. I was working a full-time job, so then my buddy actually brought me back into junior hockey at 19, and then I just carried it on, and I did pretty good. And then COVID actually took my OA year, so once I lost that, that's where I started to slope downwards, and then got back into it because of Anson.
Seems like he's had quite the impact on your life, and that's really cool to see within the family. But I mentioned those 167 penalty minutes. What do you attribute that to? Is it your aggressive style of game or sticking up for your teammates? Where does that come from?
Yeah, exactly. I try to play like a Brad Marchand. Not many people like him, but like it's if you have him on your team, you do like him. If you're playing against him, he's a little tough. But I've sort of gotten away from that game as of right now, so hopefully I get back to it for sure.
How important do you see the physical element of your game? Because you said you pride yourself on being that guy that teams don't want to play against, but you want on your team. And you've gotten a little bit away from the physical play, but how does it round your game and make you a better player?
It just makes me feel like I'm playing a full 110% game instead of just 75 or 85. I can get the boys going, get myself going. If I miss the net or something, I get upset with myself. So if I can go hit somebody the next shift or bring up the boys with that hit, then I'm doing my job at least 50% until I put that puck in the back of the net.
And so you mentioned the break that you took from hockey around the COVID time, after your time in Port Perry, but diving deeper into it, what went into your decision to get back and want to play the game again at a professional level?
Just seeing how far my cousin took it at such a young age, and just working, honestly. Those 9 to 5s, you don't really want to do that. And I started at 19 years old, 18 years old, so not too young, but just doing those 9 to 5s, it wasn't for me. So I just had to get back on that ice and take away all the pressure that I was feeling in those jobs and stuff, and getting back into the game, because that's the love of my life.
So in 2023, you turned pro. You joined the Watertown Wolves in the FPHL. 2 full seasons there, very similar to your junior numbers, 42 goals, 53 assists across 107 games played. Watertown had their ups and downs, but how was your experience playing for them? Of course, your first pro team, and you had 2 long tenures there, which is rare at this point in the FPHL.
So Watertown was like a second home for me, straight from the jump. I went there about 2 weeks early. Penn's brought me in, and so I was up there before the season even started or even training camp, and it was my second home, and just playing in front of that like small rink, but there's so many fans in there, it just looks big. So it's just having all that support. It was just like having a second family all around outside of the rink as well.
Looking back, do you feel as if there was some unfinished business in Watertown? Of course, you guys were at the top of the standings most recently last season before Charlie Penn's exited from the team, but it seemed like that group had a deep chemistry and a chance to go far. Do you feel any sort of uneasiness looking back at what could have been?
Yeah, for sure. We had a good group in that room for sure. It wasn't just a little boys club here, boys club there. We were all one. It was just before Christmas, those 3 games, and we got that news. It was actually heartbreaking, to be honest, because it just the room took a whole shot. It wasn't just individually, it was everybody took a whole shot, from the top of the staff to our goalies, you know what I mean? So just now that we're back here, and we do have about 8 or 9 guys from that Watertown team, I'm sure we could bring it over here. It was definitely a sad thing that happened over in Watertown, because like I said, it is my second home, so just being over there and seeing all that happen, it was heartbreaking for sure.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty, on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates and flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
What do you want to buy, a Matt Bowers Hyundai? Buy local, Matt Bowers. Gulfport, Mississippi, Hyundai.
And we welcome you back into our first intermission report. Devin Nobeck along with you. Let's run you through the numbers. 2-1's our score. The Breakers did outshoot the Dragons 9-7. Columbus 2 for 2 on the power play. The Breakers are 0 for 1. 4 penalty minutes versus 2 as we take a look at our intermission with goal scorers. The Breakers trail 2-1. Moore gets the first goal at 3:06 on the power play, his third of the season. Then at 7:33 on the power play, it's Ryan Hunter with his team-high 10th of the season. Cole Crowder did get one back on a delayed call coming. Darius Davidson got the buck to him, and Crowder finished for his 7th of the season. And that's where we stand at 2-1, heading into now our Aaron's second period. Still anybody's contest. Columbus led in shots 7-3 at one point. The Breakers with the final 6 of the period to make it 9-7 in that department. As we are back underway, let's go. Dragon Chant quickly comes in through the Civic Center, PA. Pikarczyk thought about an accidental shot on goal, and Roy was covering his 5-hole. He had no idea where it was headed. Bondi chips it back into the zone, but the Breakers will have to touch up on the delayed offside. Rat. Hunter was playing with it just inside the blue line, and the linesman says that he took it over and brought it back in. So it's another offside. These two teams seeing each other in 4 out of 5 matchups against each other. It's going to be pretty entertaining to see them going at it night in, night out. They've got another one tomorrow, and then they play on Wednesday, November 26th, the night before Thanksgiving at the Coliseum. You won't want to miss that one as Hunter's shot goes just wide on over to Rat. But $10 tickets, you can buy them on Ticketmaster using code BBREAK in all caps. That's BBREAK break. BBREAK is the code on Ticketmaster to get your $10 tickets. There will be $4 Montucky cold snack beers, so if you're 21 years of age and can prove it, you can grab a couple of those while supplies last. And then our Veterans Day jersey auction will be on the 26th as well. Couple auctions coming up. November 29th will be the Movember Mustache specialty jersey auction. So stay tuned to all that. An exciting week around the holidays for your Breakers. Crowder back across. Nerland shot. Turned aside by Roy. Nice hit over on the near side by Conway. Took down Storjahan. Centering pass broken up by Crowder. He chips it out of the zone in the direction of Charbonneau. Might have caught a piece of the official as Charbonneau has to dangle around the guy in stripes a little bit. Charbonneau using his speed. He's got it in the offensive zone. Takes a hit from Thornton. Continues to play the puck. Pirouetting his way down low. Gets it back to Nerland. Nerland on his backhand. Slides it out to the point for Wyzak. Wyzak quickly over to Delaney, who shoots through traffic. The rebound. Conway tried to go far post. And save might have been made by Matt Stoya that time. It's a mile-high daiquiri. Not puck out of play, but a Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing, I should say. .18:08 to go. Dragons and the Breakers. Pikarczyk is being slotted with Henry and Yevdokimov now. Something to note, that wasn't just a coincidence in period 1. It looks like Charlie Pens has put the exception line back together. Despite Nerland's success last weekend, he knows what the 3 of those guys can do together. Another quick shot into the glove of Rosenzweig off the tape of Brody Thornton. Another face-off set to come. Officially the 10th game of the early season, the 56th game season for your Biloxi Breakers. Next home game, as I mentioned, coming up, it will be that big game Wednesday, the 26th. You can also grab $10 tickets at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum box office, of course. That's the easiest way to do it. But if you're at home and watching the game and getting excited and want to make sure you lock in your spot, then you can go on Ticketmaster and use that code. Be brave. $17:35 to go. in the second period. Sloppy back and forth hockey to start the next frame. Each side with just one shot through the opening 2.5 minutes here. Conway will take the draw. Nerland right behind him in the shooting position. River Dragon gets thrown off the dot and works out as the substitute comes in, makes a play. Kevin Sabad out in the neutral zone. Crowder looking to bat it down. It gets all the way through to Wyzak. Wyzak goes hard around the cage, getting hooked in the process, and throws it off the head of Ryan Galvin and out of the zone. And now over to Nerland. Nerland looking for some help. All the passing lanes were clogged well by Columbus. Now another quick look from Conway. Over to Nerland, who's one-timer. Got a little too in tight, might have crisscrossed him a bit. Couldn't get the shot he wanted, but made it close. Charbonneau. Conway on over to Nerland, and Roy will hop on that one for another whistle and a face-off. Trevor Babin is back from his suspension. He's the backup goaltender tonight over on the bench. Not sure if they're going to let Roy continue to play if he gets the win tonight, or if they're going to go to Babin. Off the ensuing faceoff, Thornton tips over a Dragon. Bondi gloves the puck down in the neutral zone, accepts some contact, then gets pulled down hard by Colin Ratt. Looked like he had him in a guillotine over on the near wall, and as Columbus touches up, we are going to get a holding call. So Grant Bondi does his job. I thought he was skating to the box for a moment. I had to recalculate there, but it is indeed Colin Ratt. So he's booked for 2 minutes, and the Breakers head back to a walk-on's power play. On the next face-off, it's tied up, and eventually the Breakers control. Bondi snaps a pass across to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk outside the circle shoots. Tried to go high and tight on Roy, and it bleeds all the way through into the neutral zone. Storjohn gets tied up with Bondi. Tried to draw a call of his own, skating him down. Pikarczyk, another quick shot from above the circle, goes up and out of play with 16:16 to go. And a minute 37 on the minor to Colin Ratt for holding. As I mentioned, a much sloppier period. Both teams with shots from long range and nothing too set or in tight. Establishing the zone has been a struggle for both as well here early on. On the power play, the Breakers a chance to do that here. Pikarczyk sends one in through traffic. It goes wide. You have Dakimov. Drop pass down low to Crowder. Crowder back up top to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk on his backhand glides down in the far circle. Gives over to Yevdokimov. Yevdokimov, third in the FPHL in points per game at 2.5. Another one here could be huge. Pikarczyk through the circle, dangles to the middle and tries to throw one once again to that top corner by the blocker. Crowder in front, banging away at it in at Roy, and he will cover. And another face-off will come here with a minute 3 to go. So the Breakers getting a few chances, not too many clean looks, but generating some space. Got to find those passing lanes. Their power play, of course, as I mentioned, the best in the Federal Prospects Hockey League coming into tonight. They've scored on the delayed penalty, but they're 0 for 1 here in the early onset part of the game. Yevdokimov has his stick tied up by Stoya, former teammates in Mississippi. Yevdokimov then tips over Stoya, now down low. Henry took a swat at it, clangs up and over to Yevdokimov. Back for Henry, over to Pikarczyk at the point. Henry outside the circle, cross ice for Bondi, skips over his twig. Bondi spins it back down low for Crowder. Now out to the point, Bondi keeps it in. Almost walked into the official thinking he wasn't able to keep it in. Yevdokimov down low. Crowder tried to swing one that would deflect off of Roy and through his own wickets, but it doesn't go. Inside 15 minutes to go. Colin Ratt moments away from being released. About 15 seconds or so. Next whistle will be our first media timeout of period 2. Devin Dobeck along with you. Charbonneau turns it over in the corner. Going down hard is Bondi trying to help his teammate recover. Charbonneau carries it dangerously through the middle, but now a burst of speed. 3-on-2 rush for the Breakers. Davidson shoots right into the chest of Tyler Roy, and we're back to another face-off following this media timeout. Breakers 0 for 2 now on the power play. They're unsuccessful again, but a little bit of pressure. The shots on goal, 12-8 Biloxi. So we'll step aside.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Of the River Dragons. They're gracious enough to let us use their feet, but we do get Liam's in the booth shots, so we're pretty good about making sure that he stays on the Columbus side of things. Well, Liam, a great help and a great host. Grabbed me a nice sandwich when I got in here. Offered me a sandwich. I said, no, you don't mean that. Like, that would be a burden. No, he got me a sandwich. As Rosenzweig makes a nice save. That time, now Thornton back the other way, working one-on-one against Pesamenti, and his shot is deflected by Roy up and off the window as Columbus has the whistle while in possession of the puck. Texmo. Rosenzweig was all the way at the center ice line on the delayed call, and off to the penalty bin once again is Colin Ratt, right back where he started. So the Breakers are going to go a man up once again. Another walk-ons power play set to commence.
Columbus penalty number 87, Colin Ratt, is for elbowing at 5:53 of the second
It's an
period.
elbowing call assessed against Colin Ratt, and it leads to the Breakers' 3rd power play opportunity of the evening. Currently 0 for 2. Bondi drops it on back to Pikarczyk. A turnover now sent into the middle. Storjahan, quick low-angle shot as Rosenzweig was going from his left to his right awkwardly. Could have been trouble, but it goes awry. Now into the zone, a clean entry. Henry walks in. Henry throws it off the post. How did that not go? Especially off the goaltender after he had hit the post. I don't know how it stayed out. Barrow. Sure-handed. Sends one in deep. Wick line. Hit into the wall by Bondi. He's awaiting some help to come break the puck out. Kicks up in the air and right back down to number 42. He'll break it out to Yevdokimov. On over to Henry. Henry across the blue line with a burst. Drops it back in the direction of Yevdokimov. He's been quiet tonight. Very quiet night for both Yevdokimov and Henry, and that's because we're used to them putting together a combined 5 points by this point in the hockey game typically. 40 seconds to go on Ratt's minor for elbowing as that puck goes up and out of play. 12:44 to go in period 2. Another
Check out the log.
Mile High Daiquiri, puck out of play. Huge shout out to our partners everywhere, all kinds of sponsors. If you're looking to get involved, make sure that you go on our website and get in touch with our GM or assistant GM, Charlie Penz or Nate Gosline. Charbonneau back across on over to Conway. Conway looking for a lane, now holds, he's got time. Sends it down low. Davidson backdoor had Charbonneau. Charbonneau had his first professional point at his fingertips, but couldn't find a home for it. Charbonneau, before he was injured against Monroe, seemed to be in the right place so many times, just couldn't finish. That another one to add to the list. But again, a guy like Thornton who seems to have countless opportunities, and once he gets that first one, watch out for the floodgates.
Kill another one, Columbus and
Rosenzweig has to scoop that one up like a shortstop. And get another whistle here with 12:02. So the Breakers' power play has been a bit uneventful tonight. Shots in the game are 13-9, a low shot volume between these two teams. Breakers with the slight edge. Columbus with just 2 shots through the opening 8 minutes of this next period. Stoya walking down Main Street, rips one above the crossbar and wide. Keller uses his weight to nudge Thornton off the puck, but he's able to poke it once again down low for Barrow. Barrow shielding the puck, finds it over to Storjahan. Once again down the middle, Rosenzweig all outstretched. Makes another big time save as Bondi helps pick Thornton off of Rosenzweig. Roy plays it back around the goal for Matt Stoya. Stoya through a couple breakers, slings it to Storjahan. Keller hooks Storjahan. I'm not sure what Keller was trying to do there. An easy call for the official. He just went for his off arm to try and literally hook it, and Blake Keller is going to be assessed an easy 2 minutes, and Columbus power play that's already 2 for 2 on the evening is going to get their 3rd rip. Keller can't believe that he's the guilty party. He was skating back to the bench, and then the referees grab him, and he's going to be booked. Certainly looked from the nosebleeds like the right call. The officials got him. And so back to the Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Go the Breakers. Stoya at the top of the key. Over to the near wing for Wickline. Back to Stoya at the point. Wickline continuing to play catch with Stoya. For Stoya. Stoya through traffic. Over the corner wall. Crowder takes a big hit and then gets stared down by Colin Ratt, who might have had a few more choice words for the 6'5" Breakers skater. Conway working on Sabad, lost his twig in the process. He's gonna play without one now. 5 on 3.5 for the Breakers without Conway having a stick. Snapped on the wall after that scrum. Inside 10:40 to go. Stoya tiptoeing the blue line, gets it on over to Wickline. Wickline through traffic was looking for a tip from Sabad. Swing and a miss by him. Blacksmith. Backdoor in the direction of Wickline, comes out to Stoya. Now Blacksmith at the hash, into the middle for Ratt. Broken up by Fisher and sent back to the far side. Now Stoya through the high slot, takes a quick shot that missed everything. He's ripped a few over the net here, as now I'm not sure what's going on, but we've got an entanglement in the crease. Rosenzweig's pancake down, Sabad's on top of him. And we'll see how all this gets sorted out, if there's going to be another call here or not. And it's Trey Fisher who's going to be escorted to the box. So now it's going to be 5 on 3 for 42 seconds as Fisher goes to take a seat next to Keller. Looked like Sabad just lost his balance after Fisher and him were battling in front of the net, and have to go and take another look at that one, but more trouble looming for Biloxi. The 3 tasks to kill this one: Infantino, Bondi, and Carter Thornton. Inside 10 minutes to go here. Colton outside the circle. On over to Barrow. Barrow, Colton, former captain of the Motor City Rockers. Back over to Barrow. He slid it on the far post, but Rosenzweig made a better save that time. Colton back on over for Hunter. Down low once again, slowed down by Barrow. On over to Hunter. Thornton thought about picking his pocket. 8 more seconds until the Breakers get one back. Trying to hold it until then. Barrow at the hash, flips it on over to Hunter. Now Barrow again, another save made by Rosenzweig. Blake Keller back into the mix. It's 5-on-4. Barrow into the middle. Nice play by Dylan Infantino to break up that pass. Would have been trouble. Keller looking to force a turnover. He's got fresh legs out of the box. Storjohn had Keller hooked. He wanted a call. Infantino with a nice hit to clear out the crease with Barrow looming. Storjohn has his pass blocked. Keller couldn't clear the zone. Big missed opportunity that time for the Breakers. Storjohn has it knocked down by Thornton on the pass attempt. He dives, couldn't get it out. Back over to Storjohn. Rosenzweig the save. Keller with one chance to get it out, and finally he does. Great shift for Thornton, Infantino, and Bondi that time.
Let's go Dragons!
Now Crowder in front. Tried to center one for Charbonneau. Strong forecheck from the Breakers. Charbonneau into the middle, overskated it. Both guys overskated it, in fact. Now back over to the far side. Here's Barrow once again entering. Couple shimmy shakes, turns it over with Conway having a strong back check into the neutral zone, and the Breakers are gonna kill it. Another whistle coming here as a River Dragon is fired up. Barrow over slamming things on the bench as we take another quick break. 2-1 still our score. Breakers with a big 5-on-3 kill there. See if they can generate some momentum.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packed.
It's always FEB Distributing that gets cut short as the Breakers are back to full strength. Officially, that is. Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill has come to an end. Now in front, a quick chance. Roy makes another big save. 3-on-2 for the Dragons. Lucas Texmo into the middle. Shot far side, Rosenzweig off the knob of his stick makes a big time stop. Flipped in by Cole Crowder. Yevdokimov tied up behind the goal. Breakers have the zone. Shots are 14 apiece here in our second period. 7-5 Columbus here in the frame. Yevdokimov back across for Conway. Down low. Kyle Moore was assessed a penalty as well, so it's actually a walk-on's power play here. There's a too many men penalty assessed to the River Dragons. Public address announcer just got the memo as well. So the Breakers are on their fourth power play as Conway shot. Knocked down by Thornton, who will send it the full 200 feet. Inside 6:45 to go here. Devin Doback with you on Breakers TV. Charbonneau across the blue line. A little hesitation at the entry, almost was dangerous. Found Davidson on the tape, but Davidson a little trouble handling it. Charbonneau sweeps it back across to his roommate Pikarczyk. And this one will get sent on out in the direction of Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig fakes the shot attempt to fake Colin Rath off the puck. I'm sure that he got a good kick out of that. Fisher bangs it on over to Conway. Now Davidson. Trying to go through the legs of the defense. Thornton forces a turnover, and the Dragons are back to full strength now. Conway below the end line. Back over to Fisher. Fisher goes hard into the neutral zone for Keller. Keller gets it in deep as it just had crossed the red line. Storjohn. Pass over to the far side for Blacksmith. Blacksmith moving to his backhand. Now almost collided with Rosenzweig. Trouble keeping his feet there. Good back check from Wyzak. Now down in the corner. Comes out to the middle where Thornton makes a play on the puck. And it gets through everyone all the way down off the vacant twig. With 5:21 to go, we have another Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. Columbus Civic Center, a great venue for hockey, to say the least. Can fit comfortably about 7,500 for hockey, up to 8,000 if you've got everybody standing everywhere. But they've got the Pepsi Suites over to my left, and a similar structure to what the Coliseum has seating-wise, with the lower terrace levels, the glass seats, of course, and then the upper bowl. In front, Keller had a chance to tie the hockey game. Roy makes another quick save. It needed to be. Puck might have been played with a high stick, but Columbus was the next to touch it. Conway, a hesitation move, weaves through a couple Dragons. Back over to Fisher. He shoots off the post and out. Trey Fisher almost tied it too. Both him and Keller with a good shift. Fisher closes off Barrow. Barrow goes all the way around everybody on the merry-go-round. Another save made by Rosenzweig. Inside 4:40 to go. Fisher gets it over to Thornton. Thornton into the middle. Tried to slide it down low. He got shoved off the puck. Out to the point, Delaney just tried to shoot it in quick. And now he gets caught. 3-on-0 for the Dragons. On over, quick shot, not even on goal by Galvin. Tim Delaney doing what he could on the back check to disrupt the play, and it looked like Columbus got a little indecisive. Now another shot block by Bondi. Spits over to Wynn. Rosenzweig was on all fours trying to make a save there. Comes out to the point again, and they will say it did go over the blue line. At 4:01, we'll get our final media timeout of period 2. The score the same as when we started the middle chapter, 2-1. Columbus in front. We'll be back in a splash right here on Breakers TV.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back. Back in the game. Back in motion. Back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Back here, 4 minutes and 1 second to go in our second period of action. The shots are 15 apiece. Breakers and the Dragons going at it. 2nd of 9 meetings and the 4th of 5 in a row between these two. 4th of 6 for the Breakers. They have the Moxtons mixed in for an extra dose, but for Columbus, they've got Biloxi, and dating back to last game, 4 of 5. So entertaining. Hasn't been the rivalry that seems to naturally develop when you play somebody a lot. There hasn't been a whole lot of physical play or roughing calls or even fights, but it's been competitive hockey. And that's what the fans came here to see, of course, as Rosenzweig makes another stop there. 3:23 to go. Full change for both squads. Colton Wyzak out there on the defensive end. Wyzak was with the Dashers Hockey Club last season as well. Played 38 games for them and had an assist. Couple fights, took on some tough customers, including Michael Greco. Maybe a physical boost for the Breakers on the back end. And hopefully he can help on the backside. Thornton sends in a shot that Rosenzweig kicks aside. Moore down low once again in the direction of Rat. Rat a couple minor penalties in this frame, but neither have done harm. Hansen gives away to Hunter. Stoya has his shot turned aside. Davidson and Stoya collide. Thornton looked to flip it off the wall, but didn't get a good kick off the window. And now has to come resettle it himself in the neutral zone. Fakes a shot. Got slashed again. Referee saw Thornton shake out his arm. Second time he's taken a stick to that right hand. He continues to bark at Matt Stoya, who's going to head off for another 2 minutes. And the Breakers headed to their 5th walk-ons power play. Fans reining in a few boos. But Carter Thornton, with his speed and the ability to make a play out of absolutely nothing, he can really shake up the special teams here tonight, and he's done just that. Face-off is won by Columbus. It's a slashing call against Stoya. Bondi on over to Pikarczyk. Got a little careless with the pass, not enough urgency. Shorthanded opportunity. Barrow makes the save. Rosenzweig got hit in the face, and he's going to need a minute. Couple boos coming in from Columbus. But Barrow rung his bell, and not sure if the straps came disconnected or what, but Rosenzweig's going to need a moment. Yaryev Dakimov's talking with his goaltender. Rosenzweig's been good tonight, really has settled down from the opening 10 minutes of the game. Hasn't given up a goal since right around the 7-minute mark, or the 13-minute mark, the flip side of that, of course, in the first period. 7 minutes into the contest, that is. Another face-off win for the Dragons. Wynn's shot right on the 5-hole of Rosenzweig, but he had it barred shut. Yevdokimov back over to Bondi. 90 seconds to go on the Breaker man advantage. Bondi into the middle for Yevdokimov. Quick shimmy shake. Storjahan went down into the zone. Pass from Crowder is blocked away. He continues to work down low. Wynn bumps into him. Pikarczyk on over to Henry. Henry looking for some options. Slides it back over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk and Henry. Some quick passing there to create some space. Pikarczyk's shot got through everybody but deflected wide. On to the far area. Barrow gives it away to Bondi, who shoots. That one deflects up and over the end line. Thundering hit on Yevdokimov by Wynn over in the corner. Yevdokimov goes strong around to Henry. Up to the point, Pikarczyk closing in on the circle. Quickly audible to pass to Bondi. And it's taken away by Columbus. Storjahan on over to Barrow. Barrow coming in one-on-one against Pikarczyk to his backhand. Rosenzweig, full extension, made the save. Wow, a big one there from Rosenzweig in the closing moments as Rosenzweig Can't believe his team turned it over again, and he has to make another save on the backhand with 58 seconds to go in period 2. Rosenzweig saying to his guys, come on, stop leaving me out to dry. We're on the power play. Continuing to give some orders to his guys, but Rosenzweig has been stellar tonight. But Columbus has found a way to make this game pretty competitive with good goaltending in their own. Tyler Roy between the pipes at the opposite end. Another false start on the face-off. He's getting a little restless here. As it's one back once again. Inside 50 seconds to go. Fisher, who was just tagged in to take the face-off, now will take the puck out of the offensive zone. Snaps it across to Charbonneau. Wheeling up the near side, protecting it. Centers one, looking for Fisher. And it's sent back out where Colton Wyzak will control. Quickly onto the tape of Charbonneau. Nerland will slow things down. Walk-on's power play 0 for 5 for the Breakers tonight. Nerland. Saucer pass to the tape of Charbonneau. His shot goes wide on the blocker side. All the way around to Pizzamenti. Charbonneau. Quick flip pass for Conway. Looking to center it back in the direction of Nerland, and it's taken away. Here comes Columbus. One last push. 8 seconds to play in the period. Knocked away. Fisher will hold. Stretching one out to Charbonneau. He's got a little bit of time. Sends it to the middle where Nerland tried to give chase. And finally, the clock hits triple zeros. And that will do it for period 2. The score still the same as when we started period 2 at 2-1 in favor of the Dragons. It's been a fun one. We still got plenty more to come. 20 more minutes of regulation time to determine a winner. Who will it be? The shots 21-15 in favor of the Breakers. We'll take a quick break and be right back for our third period before you know it. But here's the back half of Carter Thornton's interview.
And I think it also speaks volumes to what Charlie Penn's means and his impact on a specific group. It was Watertown, now it's the Breakers, and he's trying to build that culture once again. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But this past offseason, you get drafted to the Topeka Scarecrows in the expansion. You play 7 games there, 3 points. Were you surprised to be moved there in the expansion? And just kind of what was that journey like your first time getting moved in your pro career?
Yeah, so I thought I was protected in Watertown, and then I got the call from Robbie Nichols, and then just all throughout the summer he was calling me, getting my hopes up, and I went over there, and it was exactly what he said, and I wasn't playing the best, and that's probably why I got shipped over, but I'm happy to be with Charlie Penn's again, because like I said, he's took me in for my first year of pro, my second year of pro after I snapped my arm, so he's like an older brother to me, and he helped me a lot, so having him over here, it's going to be very good for Biloxi for sure.
You mentioned your call with Robbie Nichols. How was your call with Charlie Penn's when he told you you're going to be a Breaker?
It was really good. I was a little shocked because he just called me after Robbie had told me the news, but yeah, no, just hearing his voice and just how happy he was to get me over here. It's a little relief that I'm back with him. You know what I mean? So it helps with my self-esteem for sure.
Played 4 games here in Biloxi. You have an assist. You're currently sitting at 99 points in your FPHL career. What would it mean to you to hit that 100-point milestone?
I've been at it for a few games here. It's starting to take a toll, but I got to get it off my back, and that 100-point, it's going to, hopefully after that, I'm going to keep it rolling, but that 100-point is going to feel great for sure.
As someone with a lot of games under their belt, you have over 100, well over 100 for that matter, and counting, but how can you shape this younger group here in Biloxi using the experiences you've had from your past?
Just stay as one. Like it's a long season. Some people are gonna get hurt. Some people aren't gonna get hurt. Some people are gonna be traded and some aren't. So it's just trying to stay one, meet those new guys, bring them into the family that we do have inside that change room, and just continue to keep it going day by day, week by week.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the team? 3-5-1, but they've showed flashes. The offense has been incredible. You've got some teammates atop the league ranks in points. But where do you see this team going? Obviously, they need some defense and to keep the puck out of the net, but the offense is great, and it seems like there's potential. Where do you see them headed?
Honestly, I think we're going to take it very far in this season. We just got to, like you said, we need some defense here. We do have some good defense. It's just we got to stay as 5 on the ice and not try to take it too far and rush things out, and just take it time by time and just try not to rush things, really.
One of the biggest changes for you from Watertown to Biloxi has got to be the arena. You come from the Watertown Municipal Arena that can comfortably sit maybe 1,000 or 1,200 or so. Now you're playing in the largest venue in the league that can sit up to 8,500, maybe 9,000. But what do you make of the Coast Coliseum? Pretty cool venue to play at?
Oh yeah, it's unreal. It's a whole shift, a whole 180 for sure from Watertown, and the rink is unbelievable. The staff are good there. It was a huge eye opener for sure.
The crowds have been right around 2,000 fans a night here at the Coast Coliseum, but big crowds can have impacts on the game.
Yep. As
a player yourself, how can the fans directly impact the game going on with their energy and noise?
Oh, the momentum change. It's especially like we get that 3-on-2 rush or whatever, and the stands or the fans start screaming up in the stands. It's we hear it down there on the ice, so it's especially when we kill a penalty or we score on a power play. Hearing that noise and hearing the building get loud, it's very, very good for our self-esteem for sure.
Wrapping up here, Thorts, but what kind of culture is being cultivated? I always like to end by asking everybody that question. What is Charlie Penn's trying to do with this group, and how is it going to be the difference going forward this season?
Trying to get a tough team here, a close-knit team for sure, and just like I said, stay as a one and not just an I, and just keep going, just keep pushing each and every day, and play that tough game in full 60 minutes for sure.
We're going to go a little off script here, Thorts, but one thing that I'd like to talk about is your time playing in Jamaica. Of course, you played in some regular season tournaments throughout a handful of games there in Jamaica. So take us through that experience on an international scale.
So I've been on the team since they came around back in 2012, I would say. It was talked about beforehand, but it was just ran out of Toronto, back in my hometown. It's playing with Team Jamaica. It's honestly been the most fun I've had in hockey in the 20 years I have been playing. It's instead of just one African American or having 2 or 3, there's a whole room. So it's like you just feel at home type of feeling. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, but for sure it's
to represent your country has got to be just really fulfilling.
Exactly. So representing my grandmother, it feels it's a very heart feeling for sure. It's hard to explain for sure.
Yeah, of course. That's the best feeling.
Yeah,
still.
Exactly, yes.
And finally, Thorts, your message to the fan base.
I'm happy to be here and hope to see you guys this Wednesday back at home. We're going to go for away games these next 3 here, and we'll be back Wednesday and hope to see you guys soon.
It's going to be a fun one. $10 tickets. Remember that. I'll wrap it up on the post-game show. I think I'm on a broadcast. I'll be back to close up another episode of Breaker Banner, but Thorts, thanks so much for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai owner assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
I know a place where the grass is really greener. Warm, wet and wild. There must be something in the water. Sipping gin juice, laying underneath the palm trees. And then the birds break their necks, trying to creep a little sneak peek. You could travel the world, but nothing comes close to the golden coast. Once you party with us, you'll be falling in love. California girls were unforgettable. Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top, sun-kissed skin so hot will melt your popsicle. California girls were undeniable. Fine, fresh beers, we got it on lock. West Coast represent, now put your hands up.
And we welcome you right back on our second intermission report. While we have a moment here before the guys take the ice, let's take a look at the Empire and Continental Division standings while we have an extra second here. So Binghamton all alone at the top. That's no new territory for them with 29 points, 10-2 record. Their loss, of course, to Athens and Port Huron. Port Huron in second, although they've lost to Indiana. So anyone can win on any night if the FBHL has said anything this year. 24 points for the Prowlers. Danbury right behind them, 5-5-2. They've had a weird start to their year. A lot of games going overtime. Some have been good, some have been bad, but 16 points for Danbury. They're just on top of Blue Ridge with 15 points at 5-5-0. Topeka, 5-3-0 with 14 points, and you're looking and you're like, they have the same amount of wins. How does one have more points? It's, of course, because of the overtimes, and if you win in overtime, you get 2 points. If you win the regulation, you get 3. So all of those can be broken down even further. Actually, on the FPHL website, they break it into 5 categories. Watertown then in 6 at 4-6-2 for 12 points, followed by Indiana at 1-10-1. The Continental Division, really packed, including these two teams. Athens all alone at the top, 9-1, 26 points. Monroe behind them. Those two teams squaring off. Don't believe a goal's been scored last time I checked in that game, but keep an eye out between those two juggernauts. 6-2-1 are the Monroe Moccasins for 19 points. PD is, believe it or not, in fourth. So the way that the tiebreaker works, my graphic system was disagreeing with and wanted to put Columbus in the 4 spot. They are, in fact, at the number 3 spot, just above the PD Ice Cats with their 16 points. So then PD's in 4th, Biloxi there in 5th, holding that final wild card spot, although we still have 46 more games before that even is anything we need to think about. Then Twin City in 6th place, but with the same amount of points as Biloxi, so it's a big weekend for the Breakers. They need to cash in. Twin City has played an extra game, though, and then the Zydeco 1-5-1, still trying to get their footing under Chad Bailey as they continue on in the earlier part of the season. The intermission numbers look like this. So the score is the same. The shots 21-15 in favor of the Breakers on the power play. Columbus 2 for 4, but 0 for 2 in the last frame. Biloxi 0 for 5 on the night. The number 1 unit coming into tonight in the FPHL at 26.8%, but they have had a lot of empty trips. Penalty minutes 10-8 in favor of Columbus, but looks like the officials are working on something before the guys are going to take the ice, so they're saying. They just made an announcement on the loudspeaker. Our intermission summary is not going to look a whole lot different from what you saw earlier in the contest. Goal scorer is still the same. Kyle Moore on the power play, his 3rd at 3:06, made it 1-0. Ryan Hunter with his team-high 10th at 7:33 on the power play, made it 2-0. Cole Crowder gets one back, his 7th of the year. Rosenzweig has made 13 saves on the 15 shots he's faced tonight. Tyler Roy, 20 saves of his own. Looks like we're going to continue to sit tight here, so let's take a look at the waters ahead for your Biloxi Breakers. Breakers take on the River Dragons tomorrow night, 6:05 CST time. I've tried to get in the habit of making all the times for our local audience, so 6:05 will be that, so 7:05.
Welcome to the ice for the 3rd period.
Then on November 23rd at 3 o'clock matinee against the Monroe Moccasins. Civic Center. A very quick turnaround for the Breakers after tomorrow night's game. And then Columbus on the 26th comes to play the Breakers. $10 ticket night. You can get them at the box office or online using Ticketmaster code BBREAK. Looks like our camera feed's gone down. We'll try and iron that out. But then the Breakers have Baton Rouge Zydeco on November 29th. There we go. Or excuse me, the Zydeco for home and home on the 28th and 29th. 29th in Biloxi. There will be another jersey auction for the November uniforms, so stay tuned for that. And then they'll travel out to Topeka to kick off December. It's crazy. November seemed like such a packed month with 13 games, but we're almost all the way through it. And of course, the 3-game weekend will help. But almost into December, the holiday season is upon us. Period 3 moments away from getting going here.
All right, Columbus, let's hear you.
Kate Henry will take the draw. Yevdokimov and Pikarczyk complete the top line for the Breakers. Bondi and Fisher, the defensive pairing, getting the start here for period 3. Colin Ratt wins the faceoff for the Dragons, and we're back underway here. This one will be sent in towards Rosenzweig. He lets it go by Fisher, trying to play it out into the skates of Moore. It pinballs around. Yevdokimov fights it on over to Pikarczyk. Now backhand feed over to Colin Ratt. Ratt trying to weave through Bondi, who closed him off. Those two continue to push and shove with each other. Finally, release. Kyle Moore outside the circle. Moves to his backhand. Run into by Yevdokimov. Maintained possession of the puck and slings it back around the wall. Henry. On over to Pikarczyk. There's an errant mitten that just fell off the bench for the Columbus River Dragons. I'm not sure if that glove got hit. It wouldn't be a too many men call, but certainly a niche circumstance where a guy on the bench who has an object that disrupts the play, and don't see that too often. 1 minute gone by here in period 3. It's our half-shell Oyster House third period. Another turnover over to Nerlin. Nerlin up to Charbonneau. Maybe a 3-on-2 developing for the Breakers. Charbonneau to the middle all by himself. Tried to tuck it 5-hole. It looked like he couldn't believe how much space he found all alone in front. Crowder. Slow back check, relying on Wyzak, who plays it out of the corner. He now kicks it to his backhand again and flips it up the wall into the skates of Charbonneau. Charbonneau on over to Crowder. Crowder wraps it all the way around the dasher and in deep. Nerland looking to glove it down. Storjahan picks his pocket, gets it back to the captain, Kirk Underwood, who finds Tyler Barrow. 2 minutes gone by here in the third period. Devin Novak along with you on Breakers TV, YouTube, Sportfy 106.3, Super Talk Mississippi, and at Walk-Ons in D'Iberville. Crowder, stretch pass across, looking for Thornton, got through everybody, and an easy call for the official to make at the 17:37 mark. It's another icing. Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. No goals in quick math. 33 minutes of consecutive game time. Last goal came at 9:36 in the first period, courtesy of Cole Crowder. Underwood sends one on the near side to Sabat, who somehow stepped through Delaney. Now finds himself darting towards Rosenzweig on the near side. It was broken up, and Curtis Hansen carries it back the other way. Good pass off the wall to Thornton. Thornton's shot turned aside by Roy. Carter Thornton currently sitting at 99 points, as you just heard in our intermission report. So the next one is going to be a big one. Can he do it here tonight? A point would certainly hit the spot for the Breakers. Couple would be even better, as another offside is indicated at 17:13. A lot of Columbus jerseys in the house. You got to hand them credit. They have a lot of pride playing in what they call Hockey Town here in Columbus. Hockey Town in the south, that is. Of course, Detroit, more familiarly known as Hockey Town up north. But they had the SPHL team and then brought in the FPHL, and it has been a hit here in Columbus. Great venue. The fans show up to support. Fisher's one-timer comes in on Roy, and he makes the save. 16:51 to go. Trey Fisher, a couple shots on goal in the defensive spot, and both of them have been tough to handle. Not a shot on goal, but hit a post in the previous period, and then a knuckle puck that time. Columbus currently sits 5th in average attendance, 3,500 more. Tied up with Bondi, and Bondi, a really nice stick that time to not even let a shot come in on Rosenzweig. Then forcing a turnover. Here's Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk flips it on in, disrupted by Mike Wynn. Below the end line, Josh Colton, who's been quiet tonight, sweeps it around to the far upper corner. You have Dokimov on the forecheck. He's towards the end of his shift. Crowder off the stick of Colin Ratt, then goes into the wall hard. Crowder looking to line up Ratt. On over for a quick shot that goes wide to Colton Wyzak. Wyzak into the neutral zone. Turns it back over to Columbus. Broken up by Yevdokimov. Right back into the zone for Henry. Henry wheeling back on his forehand. Over to Crowder on goal. Roy makes another save. Yevdokimov might have got a stick on that one. 15:50 to go in the third period. Crowder crouches down to knock that one, not let it get by him into the defensive zone of the Breakers. Change for Biloxi. They'll get their second unit out there. Blacksmith. Area pass across. Picked up by Barrow in stride. He goes around Fisher and slides one through Rosenzweig. Somehow a crack in Josh Rosenzweig playing down on his knees, and the puck Slips through an uncharacteristic one for Rosenzweig there, and it's 3-1. Fisher couldn't get a stick on the back check, and just a better shot from Tyler Barrow coming in on the far side. Somehow found a home for him. Just power on power, and Rosenzweig must have had a pad just the smallest bit off the puck. Wedged itself under to make it 3-1. 3-1 Columbus. Tough for the Breakers are going to have to continue to work back. Charbonneau tipped one in front. Roy trying to dive on it. Comes back over to Fisher. Pizzamenti has had his way with the Breakers, picks up the assist. Erland trying to touch it around Underwood in the neutral zone. Erland picks it up again. Thought about shooting it in, instead it slid in by Barrow. Fisher misplayed it off the end wall. Conway looking to chip it back on out. Down it comes to him again. He'll go around the wall for Grant Bondi. Bondi tried to get it back over to Conway. It was deflected back for the far side, or the near side, to Wickline. Wickline sending it to Sabat, walking down the middle, and Rosenzweig way out of the crease makes another big stop. Charbonneau sends it over for Texmo. Breakers get another change. No Infantino playing on the third line as we get another whistle and icing. 14-12 to go. It's another media timeout coming. Devin Novak along with you. 3-1 Columbus in front. We'll be back momentarily.
At Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport, we make it easy to drive the new Hyundai you want at the price you need. Every new Hyundai comes with Nat's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. That's serious value right here on the coast. Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Welcome you back. 3-1's our score. Shots are 23-19 in favor of the Breakers, but they trail on the scoreboard. Time to make some magic happen if you're Biloxi. You got plenty of time to do it, but it'd be nice if you could draw a penalty, go a man up, and see what your power play can do. Out shooting Columbus, so the chances have been there, but we shall see. Wyzak carrying it from outside his own end. Turns it right over to Sabat. Sabat in the neutral zone. Sends it in towards Rosenzweig. On over for a turnover by Wyzak again out of his own end, and they're going to say a hand pass that time. Another face-off set to come. So another face-off set to commence down just outside the blue line this time. Colin Ratt and Caden Henry. Colin Ratt just entered the league. He's got 2 games under his belt and a goal and an assist in those 2 games. Scored in his debut back on November the 14th against the PD Ice Cats. He's taken a couple penalties here tonight, but you can certainly feel the big power forward's presence since joining. Hunter down low to the aforementioned Ratt. Low angle shots flipped out by Trey Fisher into the neutral zone. Good clear, but the Breakers don't need a change. That one found the inside of Caden Henry's leg. He's able to kick it back down. Fisher avoids a check of the much larger Colin Rat. Now on over to Fisher, who felt Ryan Hunter coming through the middle. Also didn't want to give up his position on the back check. Pikarczyk. 13 minutes to go here. Breakers and the River Dragons separated by a pair. River Dragons with the most recent one. Here comes Caden Henry wheeling into the offensive zone. Comes around Matt Stoya and has a shot go wide. Trying to go above the glove side. Pikarczyk. Delayed offside as wasn't patient enough with Yevdokimov looking to get back. Stoya fans on the pass attempt. Eventually a couple extra swipes at it to get it in. And it leads to an offside at 12:31.
Offside, Columbus, brought to you by Old School Barbershop.
Aldiar Nerland moved to the Breakers' second group. Multi-point efforts both games last weekend at 4 points against these Columbus River Dragons and was the game's third star. Has been quiet tonight. The Breaker offense in general has had a quieter night. We're used to some high-scoring affairs when it comes to Breakers hockey. Good turnover forced there by Charbonneau. Right into the offensive zone, lets it fly, and it goes over the crossbar. Conway couldn't settle the puck down in the corner wall. And now breaking it out the other way, here come the Dragons. Delaney lets it fall down into his mitt, now slings one over towards the bench. Must have given half of the Breaker bench a heart attack, playing it hard off the wall that way. Breakers bench is, by and large, all up on their feet. Dylan Infantino's off to the end. It looks like he's laboring, well, not laboring actively, but doesn't have much in him tonight with his nagging injury. Hoping that the Breakers get him for the next couple games coming up tomorrow and Sunday. Sabat wheeling around to the far circle. Walks in again. His shot deflected. Wickline knocked into Rosenzweig. Bondi looking to clear him out. Nerland gives it over to Delaney. Dangerous area. Puck all of a sudden just outside the blue paint. Bondi scrambling to get it back over to Tim Delaney. Delaney up the wall in the direction of Conway, who bumps into Sabat. Delaney now back to the tape of Conway. 1-on-2. Hits the brakes. Had Charbonneau. Backhand feed is over to Charbonneau. Getting it over to Nerland now. He goes down. Puck comes out to the point. Loading up. Here's a drive from Conway that goes up and off the glass. Back the other way. All the way down low it comes to Rosenzweig. Wyzak makes sure that Pizamenti couldn't get close to Rosenzweig, closing him off into the end wall. Davidson stretching one out in the direction of Thornton, who almost had a chance to spring free. Approaching the midway part here, period 3. Devin Dobek along with you on Breakers TV. Hansen patiently allows Crowder to get back on side, looking for Hansen. The rebound! Davidson's got his second. Darius Davidson crashes the net hard, picks up the rebound. And Curtis Hansen, it was all his patience at the blue line, getting it over to Crowder. Crowder gets a shot in and crashing on the goal. Davidson makes it 3-2. Yeah, Curtis Hansen with a great play at the blue line that time. Cannot emphasize enough how his patience allowed that play to develop and happen and wasn't just another offside call. Darius Davidson with a big goal. 3-2 is our score. 10.5 minutes to play here, regulation time, and it's once again anybody's contest. Shots 25-20 in favor of the Breakers.
Davidson, assisted by number 19, Cole Crowder, and number 22, Curtis Hansen, at 9:22 of the third period. Against Davidson from Crowder.
Credit the assist to Crowder and Hansen. So Crowder's got a hand in each of the goals scored here tonight for Biloxi. Off the face-off, quick shot, sails over Rosenzweig's glove. Be nice if the Breakers could help out their goaltender here and pick him up. need to find a way to tie the game. Good, relentless pursuit by Bondi. Almost got beat, instead forces a beat the other way. Pikarczyk tipped over in transition, and now here comes Colin Rapp back the other way. Fisher took a jab at him, on over to Moore. Fisher breaks it up and slams it into the end wall to get it out of the middle. He's got a hand on Colin Rapp. Down low it comes to Henry. Up the wall for Yevdokimov. Yevdokimov flipping it just by the back of the skates of Pikarczyk. On over to Mike Wynn, who drops it off for Josh Colton. Into the middle. Storjahan got scared with the 6'5 Crowder coming in his direction. Fisher into the wall without fear. Stapled in by a couple Dragons. Now a centering pass. Rosenzweig, a big save, and falls on top of it. Josh Rosenzweig taking us into our second media timeout with a massive stop to keep this a 1-goal game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a splash. 3-2. Breakers trail by 1. Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport. To go. Are you having fun yet spending your Friday night with us here on Breakers TV? My name's Devin Dobek along with you. 1 goal separates these two teams late into the final sixth of our hockey game, the same way it separated them last weekend in overtime. Merlan, dangerous area of the ice, trying to get away from that middle. Rosenzweig heads to the bench. Delayed call coming against Columbus. Charbonneau with a burst of speed across the blue line. Weaving through a couple defenders, maintains possession. Didn't get a shot away though. Conway back across for Nerland. 6-on-5 for the Breakers, trying to capitalize as it's touched up by Columbus. And the Breakers will head back to the walk-ons power play here, when at a time they desperately needed it. Call's going to go on Tyler Barrow for a slash. Columbus can't believe it. Jerome Bichard's penalty kill group is 5 for 5 on the day, so not too much reason to be upset. But going up against, as I mentioned, the #1 unit in the FPHL, you'd like to think that they might have some success here. They are overdue. Henry back over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk shoots through traffic, tipped in front by Yevdokimov. And a save made. Yaro Yevdokimov has been on an absolute tear as of late. Has multi-point efforts in each of his last 7 games, but here tonight has been held silent. Pikarczyk shoots, ring one over the crossbar. A bullet from Pikarczyk. Seems like everybody's been having their sights a little bit too high tonight at either end of the ice. A lot going up and over the net. Bondi, Yevdokimov, Crowder, just missed. Now Pikarczyk moves through. Crowder, quick shot goes into Roy, and he makes another uncomfortable looking save at 8:19. Breakers putting together some chances here on the man advantage. Out shooting Columbus 26-23 in the game. They've got a couple shots on the power play. But Tyler Roy has been the difference. You'd love if the Breakers could find a way to climb back in and help out Josh Rosenzweig, who's put together a pretty fine night of his own. Other than that third goal, I think the only one he might want to have back is Henry gets another shot away, and that's held on to by Roy. Tyler Roy, a goaltender with volumes of experience. It's his second season with Columbus, but he hasn't played here since back in 2024, a time he went 6-0 with a .936 save percentage and a .196 goals against average. So Roy has proven to be able to do it in years past and continuing to do it once again here this season. A 5-2 record. He's 8 minutes away from making it 6. Bondi slings one across to Pikarczyk. Shoots! And another save made by, guess who? Tyler Roy. No pushing and shoving after whistles. It has been a pretty clean game. Neither team too much animosity to have with the other. Cade Henry will take the ensuing draw. Crowder in the forward position on the face-off draw. Along with him, you have Dakimov. Two men back are Pikarczyk and Bondi. So Charlie Penn's shaking up his power play a little bit more here tonight. Pikarczyk back over to Bondi. Bondi back skating, flips one back to Yevdokimov. Yevdokimov's pass deflected down, settled by Crowder. Running out of time to make a decision. Pizzamenti scored 2 shorthanded goals against the Breakers Saturday. Almost had a chance to spring free. Over on the far side, you have Dakimov. Down low, Crowder tries to spin one in on goal, takes a big hit as well, and goes down, but Tyler Roy picks up another save. They are currently
All right, Columbus, let's
after
make
27-26
it
in
loud!
favor of Columbus, excuse me. Biloxi continuing to chip back away. I think that there might have been some missed button pushes here at the Civic Center as Henry with room tried to get a quick shot, couldn't uncork it. And then he got slashed right after it. He labors to get on back. Now a chance in the middle. I'm not sure that Ryan Galvin realized he literally was all alone. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Henry with a burst. Sending one to the middle. Charbonneau on goal and out. Pikarczyk behind the play got bumped into. No call coming from the officials, but he will labor. Head back the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Coming in is Barrow. He holds, gets it over. Galvin scores. After the power play ended, the Breakers, a long shift for the group that was out there and just got beat. Didn't have the legs, and it's 4-2 Columbus. Tough pill to swallow if you're the Breakers. You've had all the opportunities to win the game here tonight, but just have not been able to. Have not been able to generate much momentum, and they trail at 4-2. They've given up 6 goals in each of their 6 losses, but tonight they haven't had the goal production to make sure that 6 goals were necessary to beat them. So Barrow picks up another point with the assist, and Storjohn an assist in his own right. Inside 6.5 minutes to go. 4-2 is our score. Now another shot on the near side by Stoya. Rosenzweig popped it off the apron. Stoya's next pass goes out of the zone to Thornton, who finds it back to Stoya, who will slow things down. 10 o'clock local time here in Georgia, as here comes Galvin. Pass over to Thornton. Thornton has it knocked away. Here come the Breakers, a 2-on-1. Charbonneau and Nerland. Nerland looking for Charbonneau and ripped it way behind him with the pass. Those two not on the same wavelength, playing together on a line for the first time tonight. Charbonneau looking to flip it away from Sabat. Sabat untouched, gliding around. Nerland not doing a whole lot on the defensive end. Bondi has to come in and help him out. And he'll go out for a change as Bondi gets his legs taken out by Underwood. Almost a scary collision there. Glad to see both guys back up and at him. Thornton looking to find it to his forehand. Centering pass, knocked down. Crowder being harassed. Davidson gives it away to Sabat. Inside 5 minutes to go now. Next whistle will be our final media timeout. Thornton couldn't break it up with the stick. Fisher from outside the crease pulls it back on in and leads Carter Thornton back the other way. Maybe a 3-on-2 if Hansen can hop on in. On for Darius Davidson, who has his shot turned aside by Roy. Now back on over to Davidson again. Spits out to Crowder, uses his body, creating some space, sends it over to the far corner and up and out of the zone. Trey Fisher off the stick of Crowder sends it in. Breakers will get a change. Crowder from the point, slinging one on goal. The rebound, Pikarczyk, or rather Henry, shot on net but turned aside. 4 minutes to go here. Biloxi running out of time to make something happen. Keep an eye on Josh Rosenzweig to see when Charlie Penns will lift him. Blacksmith back for Colton. Back on over to the near side for Blacksmith. Enters across the blue line. Sweeps it back in down low. Bondi knotted up with his man. And Storjahan down low. Blacksmith once again in front. Storjahan, save made by Rosenzweig. Storjahan wanted a call. Another quick shot. Rosenzweig sprawling all around. Keep this a 2-goal game. Henry couldn't catch up to it. Wyzak working hard down low on the wall. Storjahan picks it back up once again. Back over to the far side. Rosenzweig made the initial save, but on the follow, Brody Thornton makes it a 5-2 contest. Breakers just look really lazy on defense. Gotta call it how I see it. Not a whole lot of urgency. Trailing by 2 goals. The game's far from over. Just letting Columbus move to where they want at will, and they pick up another goal here to make it 5-2. And you can just about close the book on this one and turn to tomorrow night. 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go, but a 3-goal game.
He shoots! Dragons goal scored by
Quick zone entry by Colin Rapp. Going to get it back on over to Galvin. Game that was just 3-2 in an instant. Back to 5-2. Crowder leading Charbonneau down in the far corner. He collides with Lucas Texmo down low. A couple former GMHLers right there. Four-man scrum, nobody seeming to be able to do anything as finally the puck caroms back on out. Crowder sending one in the direction of the goal. And Conway got tied up with Ryan Hunter, who didn't have his twig. Crowder back over for Fisher. Fisher overskated it for a moment, gets it back on to Crowder. Crowder saucing one into the skates of Davidson. A little too hot to handle and back the other way. Here comes Galvin. Galvin spins one back into the corner. Pizzamenti bumps into Fisher. 110 seconds to play here. It's all the way over Rosenzweig. This one goes. Fisher bangs into Pizzamenti. Now out at the point. Another big save made by Rosenzweig there. It's been all Columbus here in the back half. Davidson to the tape of Hansen. Back on over for Carter Thornton. Thornton Almost gets caught offside with Davidson. Then the referee elects to go with his gut and blow the whistle a touch late. It'll be our final media timeout. Minute 24 to go here. 5-2 Columbus running away with this one late.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
Got the wave cam going on here inside the Columbus Civic Center. Pretty ironic, playing against a team who is named after a wave. 80 seconds to go in regulation time. Devin Dobek along with you here as it looks like this one might be a little out of reach for the Breakers. Colton run into by Thornton. Thornton darting to the middle, shoots. Roy makes another big save there as Thornton was being taken down. Hansen on over to Conway. Now Delaney, nice move at the point to create some space, gets it back to Thornton.
The third period on your feet, show your
Quick
love.
one.
Let's go, Dragons!
On over to Pizzamenti. Columbus comes to their feet in appreciation of the effort their teams provided here tonight. All the way around the goal, this one comes. Back across for Bondi. Flipped up into the air and eventually settled by Pizzamenti. Davidson avoided a check of Pizzamenti and then runs into him. Official came in to make sure he didn't get some retaliation there. 23 seconds to go. Storjohn sweeps it in, down low again. Barrow run into by Fisher, frees up the puck and gets it back on over for Yevdokimov. Yevdokimov across the blue line, trying to keep his point streak alive. Save made, rebound Pikarczyk, he shoots, another save made by Roy, and that will do it. A couple late chances for the Breakers, but ultimately they come up just shy. A 5-2 loss here tonight at the hands of the Columbus River Dragons. Game that was 3-2 into the late moments of the frame, and finally Columbus turned it on. We're going to take a quick break and step aside as the teams will celebrate for a bit here. Columbus will celebrate and we'll come back for our post-game show. Sorry, I can't think with this PA guy. Very loud, but gets the people fired up, does his job well. And we'll be right back for our post-game show in just a few moments right here on Breakers TV. welcome you into our Breakers TV postgame show. Devin Dobek along with you here from high above the ice in Columbus. Tough one for the Breakers. Another game where it felt like they had a chance to win. I'm not going to say tonight they were the better team as I would have last Saturday. I thought that it was a pretty even game. It could have gone either way. Tyler Roy was exceptional in between the pipes. He made 30 saves on 32 shots, and what's the difference for his team? Only surrendering to 2. Ryan Hunter, 1 goal, 1 assist, is the game's second star, and Tyler Barrow with a goal and 2 assists is the game's first star. But it felt like it could have gone either way. A sloppy game early on. Took just 3 minutes for Columbus to jump on the scoreboard on the power play. Kyle Moore from Barrow and Ryan Hunter. Then at 7:33 on the power play, Ryan Hunter from Colton and Storjahan, 9:49. Even strength on a delayed penalty coming up against Columbus. Cole Crowder scores from Darius Davidson. No scoring in the second period. The shots through 1, 9-7 Biloxi. The shots in the second period were 14-6 in favor of Columbus. So they were clicking the scoreboard with the wrong team for a bit there and kind of jumped up the totals. 17-12 in the third period in favor of the Breakers with the shots for a final tally of 33-32. In the third period, Columbus struck first at 4:29. Tyler Barrow from Pizzamenti. Then at 9:22, Darius Davidson, a nice play crash in the net from Crowder and Hansen to make it 3-2. And then 2 goals in a 4-minute span from Galvin and Thornton to make it a final of 5-2 Columbus. Taking a look back at our keys to the game to see how they panned out. Be stronger in the defensive zone. You let up 5 goals. There wasn't a whole much. That one, I'm not sure you really did as much as you could to fulfill that one. Playing a complete 60-minute game, yeah, I mean, they completed it, but there was a few spurts. We take a look at that third period. 2 goals in 4 minutes right there, and then, of course, giving up 2 power play goals. And they had 6 opportunities of their own on the power play and didn't cash in. So I think that was the story of tonight's game. You had the number 1 power play coming in, and you came in, had 6 opportunities, couldn't even scratch across 1. I think that the Breakers needed that. If they have it, maybe it's a 3-3 game. Things go a little differently. Josh Rosenzweig was good tonight. Made 28 saves on 33 shots that he faced, but there wasn't a whole lot of help. Maybe one, maybe 2 goals that that he would like to have back as saves he should have made. But other than that, he did what he could. Made some massive saves from left to right, cutting back and forth, and did what he could to make sure his team had a chance. But the Breakers fall for the 3rd straight time. They fall to 3-6-1 on the early part of the season. We'll have to take a look at the at the Twin Cities score. They're leading PD 4-2 in the 3rd. So the Breakers are going to drop to 6th place with a loss here tonight. Tomorrow night, these 2 teams will go at it again. 7:05 local time, 6:05 Central time for those of you watching back in Biloxi. It'll be the 3rd of 4 meetings in a matter of 10 days for the Breakers and the River Dragons. So look forward to it. It's going to be a fun one, and I think that there are some positives if you're a Breakers fan. There is a way that they can find a way to oust these guys. They've hung with them. It's just been a couple things that once they are fine-tuned, still very early in the season, but we're going to be in for a fun rest of the way. But once again, the final score, Columbus 5, the Breakers 2. On behalf of myself, Devin Dobek, thanks so much for tuning into Breakers TV. And always remember to live the dream. We will see you tomorrow night.